We got record going. And as everybody mutes out as you're coming in so that we can have a quality of that recording. Maria, I have just pinned you. So hopefully your beautiful face will stay right there in the picture, main front and center. Can everybody see Maria? If you're on, if you can nod, can you see her beautiful face? Does everybody see her? Melinda, do you see her? Yes? Okay. All right. You can just nod. Okay. And is there, okay, let me pull up everybody else. So I see April, I see Monica. Do you all see Maria? No. Okay. Okay, I think if you, oh, that's pity me. She should be, she's pinned. So if you go up in the corner and you reduce the number of boxes, then you should be able to just see her face up there. Enter full screen to the right. There's an enter full screen. Okay. All right, Maria, I'm going to go ahead and have you take it from here.
Okay. Awesome.
Everybody else needs to mute out. Make sure you're muted out so that it's quiet. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So great. So what I use for my sharing appointments is this, Stacy's dual marketing sheet. So when I arrive at the appointment, I obviously greet the person, and then I love on them and share why I love them and chose them to hear the information. So it would be like, hey, good morning, Stacy. How are you? Are you going to be answering?
Sure, I can both play with you.
Okay.
I'm fabulous, Maria. Thanks. I'm really excited to spend time with you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited to spend time with you. And I want you to know that the reason that I selected you is there's just so many qualities that I admire. One of them is I watched you being a school teacher and having my child in school, that you just went above and beyond. Your teaching skills are phenomenal. You would always give really interesting assignments that were very purposeful, and I admire that as a teacher. So when I selected you to do this leadership training, it was because of those skills. And I want you to know that I don't share this information with just everybody, that I get to choose who I do these conversations with. And that was one of the core reasons why I selected you. So thank you for spending your time together with me this morning.
Wow, Maria. That makes me so happy. People don't say all those things this nice.
Okay, yeah, right, at school in the teacher lounge. And then usually I do give a gift. So I say, okay, Stacy, so I just put together, this is a little wooden rose and a little color card, and it spritz with a fragrance called Live Fearlessly. And so I just brought this as a little token of my appreciation of you today. Boop, hand them the gift, okay? And then the things that I come prepared with are, of course, I hand her the dual marketing sheet, and I kind of joke around and I just say, you know what, Stacy, I really want to honor your time today. And I know I told you this would be about 35 to 45 minutes, and we are women. And so it's really easy to get off topic. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this sheet so that we can stay on track. And then if you have extra time, we can absolutely stay and hang out and chit chat. Okay. Does that work for you? Great. Okay. So then I hand her the sheet and I say, okay, we are just going to dig right in. So what I'm going to have you do, Stacy, is the bottom of the sheet, there's 4 reasons why women come into Mary Kay. What I would like you to do is I want you to number them 1 through 4, 1 being the thing that would make the greatest impact on your current situation. So, and I want you to just think, if you were to consider something entrepreneurial, okay, if you were to consider something entrepreneur, which one of these reasons would make the greatest impact on your current situation? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly go through each one, and then I'm going to have you number them. Okay, does that make sense? 1 being the greatest, 4 being the least. And let me tell you, it's going to be a little challenging to choose because they all sound fabulous, okay?
All right.
Okay, so the first one down here on the sheet you can see is finances. That would be that you're in a place that bringing some extra income into your life, into your situation, would make a great difference for you. So that one is pretty cut and dry. Just, hey, extra money coming in would be great, okay? The next one is fun, friends, and frivolous. This category is really awesome because sometimes we think we have amazing friends, but you might be in a place where your friends aren't necessarily path of progress friends. Women who are breathing belief into you, goal-oriented, just a group of fun, dynamic, positive women. Fun, we are pretty much just a party in motion, what we get to do. So you might be looking for just some added fun in your life. Or frivolous is extra gifts, things that you would not necessarily purchase for yourself. Okay, so that one's fun, friends, frivolous things that if you could see, gosh, that would really add value to my life. Okay, the bottom left is freedom and flexibility. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, I would love to design my life. Okay, if this would be more freedom, more flexibility to weave your work into your life. So if you're thinking, gosh, I would love to add some extra stuff in, just flexible freedom, just the ability to be your own boss, design your own schedule, then that would be the one that appeals to you. And then the last one is foundational growth. This is about stepping into your most powerful, most confident self. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit on this one so you have a little more insight into what this one means. But also, if you have a platform, so let's say that, or a mission, you have a calling on your life, or there's a cause that you feel like is really important to you, the foundational growth piece of our company would give you an opportunity to be able to share that with other women. For example, our company does a tremendous amount of work fighting domestic violence and also cancers that affect women. So that would be an example of a cause. So think about, for that category, just if you had 10 times more confidence or wanting more personal growth. Okay? So Stacy, go ahead. I know it's hard to choose. If you need any clarity on any of those, let me know, but go ahead and pick which one of the F's stands out to you the most. You're going to tell me number 1 through 4.
Okay. I think somebody's typing that needs to mute out, just so that we've got everybody muted out. Thanks, guys. Okay. Gosh, I would say number 1 first because of the finances. But when you said added value, such as friends who are goal oriented and who encourage you to be your best and sharpen you, all of a sudden something just like lit up, because that really is not my girlfriends.
Okay.
So surrounding myself with people who are powerful just obviously speaks to my heart. But I definitely could use some more money.
Okay, wonderful. So what I'm going to do, Stacey, is I'm just going to elaborate a little bit more about the friends and frivolous, and then I'm going to walk through how we make money in our business so that you understand that, okay? So I love that you said that your life just lit up. So what would be different, or what would you be looking forward to if you knew you had a dynamic group of friends who were goal-oriented? Like, how do you think that would just change maybe your life, looking at it at a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, if you had some awesome girlfriends to just hang around with?
Well, I remember when I was in college, and my girlfriends in college were all about, we focused in on goals and encouraging each other and getting to a better place and doing a better job. And since college, I think my girlfriends have become more people who just are full of drama.
Okay, great.
So being around people who have strategy in their life would be amazing.
Wonderful. Okay. So it sounds like you had that in the past in college, and now you're finding yourself in a situation where maybe in the lounge room at school, people aren't necessarily goal-oriented, they're more drama-oriented. Yes. Okay. Well, here's just a couple things that is really amazing about our MariaKai opportunity. So on a weekly basis, we get together and we have a success meeting. Those success meetings are a get to. So it's not a have to, but it's a get to. And when a consultant chooses to come to those, she's going to form relationships with goal-oriented women. And so literally from your very first, walking into your very first unit meeting, you completely change your circle of influence and your circle of friends. And it is a very welcoming, positive environment. I know that it almost sounds too good to be true. And honestly, it took me a little while to adjust, because I was operating at a very negative place, and those women were so happy and goal-oriented and positive that the gap felt very uncomfortable. So just know that it's an incredible group of women that we have, but it can feel a little bit odd because they're very positive and goal-oriented at first. The other cool thing about the group of friends is that as you're developing customers and as you're actually working your business, so what we do is we gather women around a kitchen table. You get to be positive and share your goals and your direction, and your customers also become your friends. Because our product's consumable, it gives you an opportunity to develop a relationship with people on a totally different level because you're connecting with them as their product runs out. So you also get to design your customer base and client base, which also extends your friendships as well. And it's just very fun knowing that somebody might call you, they need a gift for their mom, and then you get to drop it off and you go inside her home. And when you're inside her house, you get to see her kids and connect with her. So you really get to develop friendships on a couple different levels. Your sister consultants, also surrounding yourself with incredible mentors in our company, but also in your customer base. Could you see how that could add value to your life?
Absolutely. Everything you described is not things that I've always considered I had control of before.
Right. Ooh, I like that. Yes. So you could absolutely change that immediately, and it starts right away. And what's nice is we would get to hang out more.
That would be good. I would love that.
Okay.
I love that.
I know. All right. So now let's go ahead and map out the finances, okay? Because I know you said that would be the one thing that would really make a big difference in your life. And I can absolutely understand that because having extra income would give you extra choices. So we're going to talk about that a little bit right now. So in your finances box, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you write down $1,800. Okay, if you had an extra $1,800 coming into your life, what would you do with it, Stacy?
Oh, with another 1,800? Oh my goodness. I would pay down some bills that I have right now. So that would help a lot.
Awesome. Okay. Let's say that you pay those bills down. Okay. You get it taken care of. You get those bills paid down. You still have that $1,800 coming into your life. Then what would you do?
Wow. I would buy more clothes.
Ooh, tell me where you would shop. Where would you buy more clothes?
In Dallas, Texas.
Okay. Where else?
I would go to Nordstrom, and I would go to any of the malls. I would shop anywhere. The places that I'm not going now.
Okay. How do you think it would feel being able to walk into Nordstrom's and just be like, boom, I'll take that purse. I'll take those shoes.
You are my newest best friend.
Sounds fabulous. How do you think you would feel? Like, could you imagine yourself getting to just go on a shopping spree?
That would be so great.
Awesome. Okay. What happens if you've already gone on the shopping spree? You have another $1,800. You've already get to shop where you want to shop. Then what would you do?
I would plan vacations or buy more furniture for our home.
Okay. When you're saying plan vacations, where would you want to vacation and with who?
With who? I have, let's see, since I'm not married right now, and I have just lots of, now I'm going to have way more positive girlfriends in my life.
Right.
I would love to go to New York City.
Okay.
I would love to go to California.
Wonderful.
Places that I haven't traveled to.
Okay. Tell me about New York City. What is it about, like, if you were to walk into New York City, what is it about New York City that
I would love to go to a Broadway show.
Ooh.
I would love to shop in New York City as well. Would love to stay at a fabulous hotel.
Okay. Let's say that you get to go to New York and California and buy furniture for your home. Then what would you do if you had that extra disposable income still coming into your life?
I've thought of that thought before, like extra money on top of the things that I would like to do.
Yeah, like, is there an experience you want to create for your family or a charity you'd love to just give freely to? Like, where?
There are charities. I've never really thought about being able to commit to my charities that I would like because I've never had extra money to do that with.
Okay, so let's say you have that extra money and you could just give freely. What would be on your heart? What would be something that you would just like, a moment where you could just give and it would just be so exciting, like a certain cause or something?
I would give to adopt children overseas.
Okay.
Would love to do that with compassion. And I would also love to contribute more than my tithe, up and over my tithe, to my church and some of the special things that my church is doing. And I'd also love to help with one of our abuse of one of our shelters that is in our city for abusive situations for women who are needing comfort and shelter.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. I love that. So what I'm hearing you say is after, number one, just expanding the thought process that if you had extra income, you would want to get to pay your bills off and be debt free, which would feel amazing. I'm also hearing you say that that extra income would also provide that, like, for you to get to go into Nordstrom's and just get the things that you want to get and shop and just have fun with your girlfriends, take a trip to New York City, go to California, get to explore. And then also just having the freedom to get to contribute to the causes that are near and dear to your heart, giving more to your church, also giving to children abroad, and helping your local domestic violence shelter.
Wow. Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to map out how you could create that extra $1,800. But what I want you to know, and I want you to walk away with from this interview, Stacy, is that God has placed things on your heart, and I believe that they're there for a reason. And I believe that you are meant to get to do all of those things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a picture for how we work this business on paper so you can see a tangible way that we create income to make those things a reality. Okay? Because what I want you to know is that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And Mary Kay can be the vehicle for you to get to create those things in your life. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Okay. So just for training purposes, you guys, I really dig. I mean, like with the money until usually I try to get to the buying a home and having them, what does their kitchen look like, taking their kids on a cruise. It gets kind of emotional on that financial part with the question asking. So I hope you got to see that. Once Stacy said pay the debt, I take it away. Okay, the debt's paid for. Okay, you get to shop at Nordstrom. Okay, you get to go to California with your girlfriends. I'm taking it, like I'm eliminating it until you get down to some real life experiences that are meaningful to that person. Like taking the kids to Disneyland or getting to just be in your church and be like, boom, here's more than my tithe. Those causes, okay? All right, so then I go up and I show them how the money works, okay? So, Stacy, at the top of this dual marketing sheet, I'm gonna have you write $100, okay?
Okay.
It is $100 plus tax and shipping to start a Mary Kay business.
Wow, okay.
Okay, with that comes me. Also, a whole amazing, I'm going to tie in the girlfriends. Also an amazing core group of girlfriends that will make a huge difference in your life when you surround yourself. Do you agree that if you surround yourself with powerful, positive people, you will become more powerful and positive?
Yes.
Absolutely. Good. Okay. And also with that starter kit comes an unlimited opportunity. Okay. So even though we talked about $1,800, which I'm going to map out, that is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. So the way that we work our business is we party, okay? We have fun. We gather women around a kitchen table, and we get to serve them and love on them and share the product with them. When we do that, we create a 50%. We make 50%. So we're going to map out if we were to work this part-time, okay? If you were to hold 3 parties, so I want you to write next to 50% retail sales, 3 parties at $300, okay?
Right.
So let's say you hold 3 parties a week at $300. That would be $900 a week, which is divided by 2, $450 profit a week coming into your life, okay? 3 parties, that's a part-time consultant, okay? Part-time hours.
Okay.
You can figure out, I have a very smart person in my life named Stacy James who did it all in one day, okay? You're going to get to be mentored by her. Amazing. I definitely throw that in. Okay. Okay, but 450. Okay, so times 4, if you were to do that for 4 weeks in a row, that is how I got that $1,800. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is, we party, we gather women around the table, they purchase product, we make half. All right, the other brilliant thing about our business is our product is consumable. Okay, would you agree that women use mascara? They use skincare and it uses up, right? So they're washing their face daily, they're using their lipstick daily, and we provide a training environment to help you build a relationship with people so that you're learning how to follow up and cultivate a relationship, okay? So in addition to those parties, you also have reorder business coming in, okay? That's just like icing, okay? Then we have building a team. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you write down right now 5 women that you can think of. You're just going to jot their names down under where it says sponsoring structure.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know, Sally, Kelly, Susie, whatever. Okay. Here's the really cool thing about our business. Mary Kay just made it even better for us. Okay. So it's very fun when you start your business and you grab a business partner. Okay. So a friend. So if you wrote down Sally, maybe she's your bestest friend. It'd be so fun to run this race together with her. When she decides to start her business, it's her own business. She's her own boss, but you would be inviting her into the company. As long as she starts her business in a powerful way with some product, you're going to get a $50 bonus. Okay. And over here on this company profit, on this dual marketing where you can see it's 50-50. This is a really important concept I want you to understand about our company. When she's successful in her business, you would receive a 4% commission. Okay. And that comes from the company's profit. What I want you to think about is a dollar bill. If you sell $1,000 in a month, you make $500. If she sells $1,000 in a month, she makes $500. From that $500, Mary Kay is going to give you a portion, 4%. Okay? What's so powerful about this is it cultivates a culture of empowering and helping people. So when you add a team member, you want her to be successful. Okay? If you decide to come on board, we want you to be the most successful that you possibly can. And this is unlike any other culture, because as you're reaching your goals, Stacy, and you're shopping at Nordstrom, flying to New York City, you've got team members that also have dreams in their heart. And when you are reaching your dreams, you're helping them reach theirs. Okay. And you're also growing financially. So under where it says you've got your friends, I want you to just drop $50 bonuses all the way down the line. Okay. Because let me tell you a little secret. It used to be at number 4, you would get a $50 bonus, but Mary Kay just enhanced our marketing plan and made it even better. Okay.
Okay.
So now, and number 1, when was the last time you got a $50 bonus at school? Just like boom, an extra $50. Like you added an extra, you invited another student to come into your classroom. Could you imagine the more students, just $50 bonuses? Okay. Usually teachers are not wanting more students. In this case, we want more. Okay. You want more friends to just add. And also because friends, frivolous is also an important piece. Could you imagine getting to do this business with your friends? It would just add even more. Like we have slumber parties. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. It gets so good. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And then at 5 team members, you have the opportunity to get a raise to 9%. Okay?
Okay.
Also 13%. So if you're working your business at a strong level and your team members are, you can also get 13% of everybody all together, plus all those $50 bonuses.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 50 is $250 in bonus. And it just keeps going.
Okay. Wow. So for every person. Oh, wait.
For every person. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So you're sharing the product, having kitchen table experiences, and then you're building your team. You have income coming in. And in the beginning, it could just be extra shopping income. But as you're growing your team, it can turn into making a car payment. It can turn into a lot more. Okay. We also have cars, prizes, and gifts. It just keeps getting better. Just more coming in. Okay. Also tax write-offs. Okay. So when you're in your own business, your cell phone is now a tax write-off, because I'm going to be calling you. I'm going to be texting you. We're going to be hanging out. Okay. You're going to be calling people to be dropping off orders, booking parties. Okay. And then also leadership. So all you need to know about leadership in our company is they just pay you 3, 4, or 5 times more, and it's even better. And if you have questions about that, we'd be happy to dig in. So right now, with all the information I've given you, what sounds the most exciting? What would make you the most excited about jumping on board and doing this today?
Okay. Well, I have a lot that is exciting to me, mostly because I had no idea that there was so much more to this than just taking orders for makeup. But I do have a couple questions. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So the women that I would that are my friends right now, I don't know that they would be willing to book a party or have a party, because they do that in the teacher's lounge with all different kinds of parties, and I think they're kind of partied out. So who in the world would I ever start my business with then to do these groups?
Oh, that is a great, great question. And especially because you're wanting to change your circle. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, Stacey, is if I was able to teach you, would you be willing to learn? Learn how to meet a different circle of people.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, because that's the main thing. I can, as long as you're willing to work next to me, come to the unit meetings, that is something that I can teach you. And what I love about your question is you're acknowledging that the people you're hanging around may not be the people that are going to help you get to the next level. Mm-hmm. So if you knew that I could teach you, would that then allow you to move forward to make a decision to start? Or what other questions would you have?
I'm a good student. Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, if I know that I'm not going to be in this all by myself, and you're going to be teaching me everything I need to know, that makes me feel very confident.
Yes. I will teach you what you need to know.
Cool. Great.
As long as you're willing.
Yes. Then I need to promise you that, right?
Yes. And yes, we can go out and we can meet people. There's lots of different ways that we can do that. I think that the main thing is, if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach you.
All right. Well, it seems like that income just keeps getting better and better and better all the time. The longer that you're in, the more that you're doing. There's lots of other add-ons. I didn't realize that there were add-ons. I thought you just make money from the product and that was it. And I had no idea it was 50%.
Yes, most people are very shocked at 50%. And that is, I mean, truly, the more you're going to learn about Mary Kay, just the better it gets. Because our founder truly started this to enrich women's lives. And our company is designed to serve us. It's very powerful. So I can see why that's so shocking to you, because if you've heard different marketing plans, the 50% is definitely, I think it shows how gracious and generous our company is and how it was truly structured to benefit you.
Right. Okay. And then I think go ahead. We've got just a little bit longer. Was there something you wanted to conclude with that I want to ask more questions?
Well, why would you wait? That's I just close how you taught us to close. Okay. James, I have my computer right here. Is there any reason you want to, knowing what you know, and that you're going to just elevate your group of friends, have the income that you want to do the things that you want to do? Is there any reason we couldn't get you started right now?
Well, if I put myself into the shoes of the person that you're doing the marketing plan with, there would be no reason in the world I would ever want to wait. It's $100 for a starter kit, right?
Correct.
Okay, I would want to jump right in. But if I were to think of another question, my other question would be, so if I get this starter kit, then I know that you're going to be there to be helping me, but and I know that you said that still, I'm sure there's an expectation that I need to be doing a certain amount of business. What about like when my schedule gets really busy?
Oh, great question. Well,
this is feel bad.
No, you're 100% your own boss. So you get to choose. Down here, we didn't really get into freedom and flexibility, but you are your own boss. So There's meetings, there's events, there's things that are available, but you're in control of your schedule. So let's say right now you're teaching and it's at the beginning of the school year and you need to just go and set up your classroom, okay? That might be a few days where you don't book Mary Kay parties. It's your choice that you're not going to, or you're going on vacation with your family or your friends. You block that time off. You're in control of your schedule. You don't get any pressure from me to do anything. I'm going to encourage you to be able to reach your goals, but you're not going to have to do anything, a certain amount. Okay.
Or feel bad if I don't. Okay.
Yay, Maria! You're not going to feel bad. Okay.
Your next offspring director.
Oh, snap. Oh, yes. I'll take it.
Got it. That was awesome. I wish we could take this all apart. I need to hand this to Kaitlyn next.
Yes.
Really, Maria? Oh my gosh. It's how you phrase things. It's how you phrase them. And it's the things that you bring back around to them. And, what I love about your question, oh my gosh, it's your phrasing that I think everybody's going to go back and watch over and over again, because you position your words so that it empowers them and it causes them to think a new thought. You're awesome.
Thank
Applause. Woo!
Thank you.
Really, this is so good. What a great
And I mean, you guys, I'm like out of control all up in this. I'm writing this down because I do save what they tell me. Because if she were to not start, you better bet she's getting a postcard in the mail like, girl, we could be shopping at Nordstrom's right now. Because people are, if you ask them enough questions, they're telling you their dreams.
They are. I loved how you, when you did ask a lot of questions about the finances, I had to think of things. And even if I were being myself, I still would have had to think of things. I think the probing questions causes people to consider something that they haven't been, it's not been in their mind's eye.
And you do have to be patient, you guys, because some women have not, it takes them a minute to really think if they had extra.
Right.
You came up with things pretty quickly, but sometimes I'm sitting there for a few minutes just waiting for her to say, you know what? I want my dream kitchen and what it looks like. So that part, you do have to just sit first and be okay with the silence for a minute while they're thinking.
Okay.
So, yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pretty ring.
Yay! Perfect. So good. All right. So next up, I'm going to find, where are you, Kaitlyn? Somewhere.
I'm right here.
You're right there. There you are. Okay. I'm going to click on you. And then
okay. I exiled Monica to the other room so that we would not be distracted.
All right.
I'm here. Is that funny?
Okay, got it. Press or double click to exit full screen. No, we got you on full screen. Okay, does everybody see her on full screen? Shake up and down. Do you see her? Yes? Yes? Melinda, do you hear? Okay, thank you. All right, go for it.
Okay. So we're like role playing, yes? You and I, Stacey?
We can role play this. And I do want to say that, Kaitlyn, I think your average in inventories is, did you say 3,200 in inventory?
Yeah, that's what the report said. Yeah. So I do okay, I think. So I actually, as I was thinking of these notes, though, I figured out that although the inventory talk's really strong, that actually I think like talking about inventory starts way before even they join sometimes, because at their facial, they're already taking home product, right? And so they already saw it in action, so it's not a weird thing. And then when we do the marketing plan, like Maria just did an awesome job of the marketing plan, you know, a lot of times they'll ask, like, what do we have to do? Or what quotas do we have? Or I have to have product on hand? And so I'm not afraid to mention inventory pre the orientation, if that makes sense. So, you know, mentioning most women have something on hand. You don't have to. There's packages anywhere between 200 and 5,000. And so in my orientations, I talk about what's a perfect level for you, Stacey, and what you want to accomplish. But even if you do choose to invest, there's like a 90% buyback. And Mary Kay is ready to back you up because they believe in our training and they believe in working this business the way it's meant to be worked. So I set all of that up kind of. So then as soon as they sign their agreement, because that's usually right in front of you at an interview, right? I say, I'm going to give you a little homework assignment. And usually they say something like, oh, okay, what is that? And I say, it's a video. And I send them Stacey's inventory video. I say, it's like half an hour long. I just need you to watch this anytime between now and your orientation. So I've scheduled the orientation, you guys know, between 24 to 48 hours. Like I'm trying to get them like next day, bam, get it in. Because you know that the longer they wait, the longer they're going to get in their own head. So I say, I'm going to send you this link. It's just about a half an hour long. I want you to watch it before your orientation because it's going to give you a precursor to what we're going to talk about. I say it's totally like toot your own horn here, Stacey. I say it's our national sales director. She's a big deal. Her name's Stacey James. She's the number 10 woman in our company. And so it's important that you know who she is. And then she talks a little bit about the different ways we work our business, whether you want to have product on hand or be an order taker. So I just want you to write down any questions you have and then we'll go over my orientation. So I'm just not afraid to like talk about inventory or mention it. I know when I was a new director that I had some of that like internal, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to ask her to spend $5,000. But I think the more confident we get in ourselves of why inventory is perfect, and the way to work this business, that it's not scary when we talk about it. And so if you just talk about it like it's a normal thing, everybody does it, they're choosing to start a business, we want them to be the most successful. So that, yeah, not afraid to share those things. Then you get to orientation. Yay. So you probably all have some kind of like packet or something that you give them. Mine is under construction, so I have an old one. But I kind of sprinkle inventory throughout before I even get to talking about inventory. Inventory is like the last thing in my orientation. And that's just the way I was taught from Melissa. So I don't know, but I like it because it gives you a chance to kind of sprinkle inventory throughout like it's normal. So again, in the marketing plan, you talked about it. You talked about it when you sent them the video. They saw it in action at their facial. But I like at the beginning when I hand them this orientation packet, actually my really like silly thing I say is I say, this is for you to take home, and we're gonna, I'm not gonna read through this and insult your intelligence. Like, you can do that at another time. But I say we're gonna talk about some training. We're gonna talk about your initial assignments. We're gonna talk about your first order. So again, sprinkling inventory. And I say at the end, there's a checklist. And then I do have a new consultant boot camp, and one of the classes is money management. So I say in there, we're going to talk about your inventory management and how to pay that back. And then when we talk about the power start, I say, you're going to demo this product, and you're going to gift that product to them right away. And an average woman buys about $100 worth of stuff. So if you're facialing 30 women, that's $3,000 in sales in your first month and $1,500 in your pocket. So again, just kind of sprinkling it like it's a normal thing. But then I do have pages of like inventory pages in here I'm going to go over, but I don't actually turn to those pages yet. I kind of stop on the pages before, and I'm not turning them. And I say, okay, so you said you watched Stacy's video. Tell me, what did you think about it? So Stacy, do you want to role play, or do you want me to just kind of unroll?
Why don't you just keep going, because I think that'll be, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to kind of give like all the different scenarios, or just, I'm just going to do that. Okay. I got it.
Okay,
I say, so you said you watched Stacy's video. Tell me what you thought. If for some reason she hasn't watched the video, that does happen sometimes, right? Because they're all independent business owners. Then I can unroll like, okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between having products on hand and order taking. And I guess I'll go into that a little bit. So I kind of do it really quickly, but obviously romancing inventory. I say, if you choose to be an order taker, what that looks like is you're going to get your starter kit in the mail. And it's going to come with a miracle set, some CC creams, your satin hands, right? So a couple things that we choose to demo. And I say you're going to hold your first appointment. You're going to sell a little bit of product. People are going to give you money. You're going to take that money. You're going to go home. You're going to place an order. You're going to wait 1 to 2 weeks for that product to come in. And then you're going to find all of those people individually and deliver their product to them. I say it can work. It totally works. But the other way we work our business is with inventory. So what you're going to add to your starter kit, because what you tried at your facial was more than just the miracle set and the CC cream, right? And I say what we demo is about $500 worth of product, and what comes in your starter kit, like for one person to buy, and what comes in your starter kit for one person to buy, because they're not buying both sets of the miracle set, and they're not buying 5 CC creams, and, right? So they are, it's about like $150. So there's a little bit of difference there. And I say, think about, if we show more, we're going to sell more. Think about if you go into the mall and you walk by a store and there's mannequins in the window. The mannequin's not just wearing a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, right? they're wearing t-shirt, pair of jeans, layering piece, jacket, hat, jewelry, bag, shoes, belt, the whole 9 yards. Some people are going to come in and they're going to buy just the t-shirt. Some people are going to come in and buy the whole outfit. I used to manage clothing stores. I've seen that happen. Most people are going to be somewhere in between, right? So your average sale is going to be higher if you're demoing more. And usually at this point, they're like, yeah, they get it. And I say, so you're going to hold your parties. You're going to show more. And you're going to have a higher dollar. Actually, when we talked about your power start, those averages are based on the amount that we teach you to demo in your skincare classes. So, so you're having higher averages, so you're going to make more money. And you're going to sell some product. People are going to give you money. You're going to give them the product right then and there. And of course, you know, we're emotional buyers, right? How many times have you bought something at the register you didn't need? And so they're going to take home extra stuff, except they do need it, right? Then you're going to take that money, you're going to put half in your pocket right away. And maybe, I don't know, go stop by the mall on the way home from your party. You're going to save that other half. So you don't have to place an order right away. So you're saving money on shipping there. Then you're going to hold another party. You're going to repeat the process. You don't have to find all those people. And then once a month, you place an order to restock just whatever it is that left your shelf. And I say, okay, so let's say money wasn't an issue, and you are stocking your, or I'm sorry, you're starting your Mary Kay business. What do you think sounds like a smarter business idea, to have some product on hand or to be an order taker?
If money had nothing to do with it, then yes, I would want to have product on hand.
Good. You're a smart businesswoman, Stacey James. So, and I say that, and I affirm them, and they're like, yeah, I am smart. So I say, most people start this business to make some cash. So most people don't have, $5 grand lying around to stock their shelves. So my job is to tell you, what all is available to you. Cause you can get like a lot of free stuff, like $1,000 in free product. That's pretty cool. And to figure out, what's the perfect level for you. Cause there's a lot of different levels. Like I said, anywhere between 200 and 5,000. And actually, I don't say 200, I say 600 and 5,000. So to find out the spot that's for you, and then what I'm going to do is figure out how to get you there. Because like I said, most people don't have that money lying around. So most people choose to finance their store. And then I'm going to show you how to pay it back using your customers' money. So it really doesn't ever come out of your pocket. Which is exciting. So to back up though, usually they've watched the video. And so the question I ask is I just say, tell me about the video. What's funny is like 90% of the time they talk about how much they love Stacey. Because they're like, I don't know if they're like weaving around, let's not talk about inventory. Or of course they're probably just love Stacey because you're easy to love. But so I just affirm them on whatever they say. And then I say, did you get to the part where we talked about order taking versus having product on hand? And of course, then there's a lot of different things that they could say to you. Usually, it's anywhere. Sometimes it's like, yeah, inventory sounds like a smart idea. Or they'll say, inventory sounds great, but I have no money. Or they'll say, can I start out just selling the product and then, stock my shelves over time? Those are kind of the different things that they say. And I always revert back to let's say money wasn't an issue. What do you think is smarter, to have product on hand or to be an order taker? So I kind of am like leaving, I just kind of alleviate some of that stress, because money can be a really stressor, you guys. So I just I want them to feel safe there. And then no matter what, I mean, they pretty much always say get product on hand. That's how we buy, and that's how they bought. And it's smart because of how it is unrolled to them. So I always ask them, I say, what do you think is smart about having product on hand? And then they're going to tell me whatever they think is smart. They're like, well, I like that I had it. Or, well, I was at my facial with Jessie and I got most everything, but I'm still waiting on my microderm and I want to use my microderm and I don't want people to have to wait. or, you know, something of that nature. And so I just make sure that they're saying out loud to me the reasons why inventory is smart, not me just telling them, just like our coaching questions, right? We want them to understand and hear themselves say why inventory is smart so they don't retract on that. And then of course you can use that information when you're talking about the different levels, because you can go, they get to take this home right away. So anyway, then losing my place in my notes here. Okay, so then I pull up my inventory page. I have not updated this since the bundles updated 2 months ago. Don't judge me there. I'm sure all of you have your life together, right? But I did get a bunch of these ready, set, sell dealies. The only thing I have them look at, because I am very like intentional about what I have them actually look at, because I actually don't love like these pages with the pictures of all the products on there. I think it's overwhelming. I would tell that to the people at corporate too if they ask, but I'm not sharing that opinion out loud. Okay, but I do have a look at the pretty bundles of the free stuff that they can get. So I say, my job is to explain to you all of the free product that's available to you. And I lay that out. And I say, and then we're gonna figure out what level is perfect for you in your business, Stacey. And then again, like I said, we'll lay out how do you get there and how are we gonna pay it back? Because that's usually their question. So then I mark this all up. I say this page, I'm going to explain what the levels mean, because there's a lot of different levels. I say I'm going to talk about this star, and I circle the little star pin that's on there. And then and I say I'm going to explain a full store and all of the products that we have in our store. That way you know what's available to you, right? And that may or may not be for you, but I want you to know what's in our store. And then again, we'll find out what's perfect for you. So I point to the star and I say, this actually is a little pin. It's super cute. And I usually have my star pin. I say it's super cute. Remember I told you we're like Girl Scouts, except we make money. You get this little pin when you're a star. And there's a lot of reasons to be a star consultant. You can start your business out as a star. And then I lay those out. So I say, star consultants, gosh, you get quarterly prizes for being a star. We say stars drive cars. It's really the first step to promoting yourself. You get online referrals from the company. You can order new products early so they're on your shelf when that catalog debuts. I say there's so many reasons to be a star. I think you should always be a star. What a star consultant is, it's selling or placing $1,800 wholesale in a quarter with the company. It's making about $600 profit, cash in your pocket a month. And you told me you're right around there, Stacey. Or they said, usually they say like 800, 1,000, something in their marketing plan, their interview. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. So I say, you said you want to make like $1,000 bucks. So you'll probably always be a star anyway. But you kind of get to cheat the system as a new consultant because you're stocking your shelves and the company calls that your sales. So you can start as a star, which is really exciting. And then right now I always mention, or not right now, but whatever it is, there's usually, almost lost you there, battery's low. There's always like some sort of star party, right? So right now I talk about All Star and how important that is. And I talk about how we have this special conference coming up and you have to be a star to go. And I say, you're going to meet Stacey James there. And they're like, oh, I have to be there. So I have romance star. And then I say, okay, so a full store is everything. You get all the things. And I circle skincare. So I've done that. I've circled, I'm going to do this on here so you guys see, because I really marked this up. So I circle skincare. I say, no matter what level you're at, skincare is our bread and butter. So it's going to be in your store no matter what. You're going to get multiples of all those. So we have 4 main skincare lines. We've got our Miracle Set, which is what you try to your facial. It's what comes in your starter kit. You're going to get lots of those. It's what we demo at our appointments. Then we have the repair line, which is like the turn back the hands of time yumminess. Then we have the clear proof, which is our acne line. And then we have the botanicals line, which is like for younger skin, like 16 and under. So I'd say you're going to get multiples of all of those. Then you're going to get supplements. And supplements are things like the extras to skincare. So your sometimes I joke because in Colorado, people think supplements like we're selling protein powder or something. So I'm like, no, we're not taking vitamins. These are vitamins for your face. So microdermabrasion, your masks and your serums and all the extras. And I mentioned microdermabrasion because everybody loves it. And they're like, well, I need that on hand. Color. And you're like, basically, you're either going to get color or not going to get color because we have a lot of color, but it's such a small dollar amount comparatively to the skincare. And then I say you get all these specialty line items. These are extra things that we probably don't really demo, but they're in our catalog. So if somebody orders it, you've got it on hand to gift to them. I actually sold a men's shave foam in my very first party, and there were no men there. So you never know what people are going to buy. And I didn't demo it. And so that's all of our goodies there. Now, obviously, if we move down levels, we have to cut stuff out, right? So this emerald level, you've got body care and fragrance. I would say those are the more popular of the specialty lines. Body care, and that lower emerald level is probably most popular because it's summer, people are showing their bodies off. And if you're doing your face, you might as well just keep going so you look this young forever. And and I say, but in my unit, and I put a little star here, and say diamond level and above is the most popular in my unit because how we teach you to hold your appointments is, and I bracket the main department. Say how we teach you to hold your appointments is your first appointment is skincare and your follow-up is color. And what I find is if women don't have that color on hand, they don't book follow-up appointments, and then you run out of people. And that was something you were worried about, right? Was your contact list. So you're able to service them in both their first and their second appointment. Ruby, still good though. You got full skincare, just your most popular supplements. And then this, I call this Colorado color. It's like mascara and lip gloss, like it's not a lot. And then star level, you get a full amount, and it says that, I don't know if I can see that, full amount to show and sell. And that's like everything you tried in your facial. You're going to get a full amount of that to demo, so add it to your starter kit, and then to sell to your first several parties without having to be an order taker. And then I say there are a couple levels below that, but really after one party, you'd be sold out of skincare. So I consider those order taking levels. So Stacy, if money wasn't an issue and you were opening up your cosmetics store, ideally, what departments would you like to have on hand, you think?
Okay, so that department that has the skincare, the supplements, and the color. So that's pretty much all the colors that you would need to show at the party or that they want to purchase. And then it would be one of the supplements or one of the specialty items, right?
Yeah, that's that lower emerald level. Yeah.
Okay, so if you go higher, you're getting more of the specialty items.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Okay, so if I didn't start with the specialty items, how would I get them?
Oh, that's a good question. You would order them. Sorry, I'm going to plug in my iPad here because I'm going to die and that would be sad. How would you get them? You would get them by ordering them throughout your first couple parties. So you'd have to reinvest some profit over time. Okay. So you'd get to a place where you were holding appointments, but from a percentage of your sales, you'd have to reinvest that, and you wouldn't be able to take a full 50% right away.
Okay, so if I wanted to stock my shelves with more of those other products, I would need to take some of my profit to do that. So I'm kind of making the decision whether I just want to have everything and make pure profit right off the bat, or start lower and just work with those products, that product line. And then if I want to expand.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head.
Okay, cool. Okay. That helps me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes. So
Okay.
So if we were stocking your shelves and you could choose what departments you wanted to have on hand, you're opening up your cosmetic store, what level do you think you'd start at?
I think I would get everything except for the men. So I probably start at the 4,200 right there.
200.
I really don't want any men's products.
Yeah. You know what? Most of our men use our Miracle Set anyway. They're not afraid of pink bottles because they're hiding in the shower. That's a good choice, I think. Okay, so 4,200. So I'm going to show you how to get that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I actually have a blank piece of paper in here, you guys, and I start writing all over it. So I say you can choose how to finance your store any way that you want. I just want to make sure I'm sticking with my notes here. Yes, okay. So you can choose to finance your store any way you want. Most people, and I did this actually, Mary Kay has, and I write this down, I say MK Chase Visa. I say Mary Kay has a special relationship with Chase Bank. Super cool. And they have a business credit card that you can choose to use your, to finance your inventory. And I say, normally I'm not a credit card person. You'll find that out in my money management class because most people have no idea how to use credit cards, right? And I was one of them. But I like this because we're going to use it like an installment loan. We're going to put your inventory on it, and then you're just going to pay it down over time using a percentage of your income from your business. So I say it's got some cool safety nets in place that I like. So you've got 0% interest. I write this down. 0% interest for 12 months. That's super cool. Oh, actually, you know what, you guys? To back up a little bit, once she tells me her ideal level, I open up those free product
Bundles,
and I tell her what comes with that. And I say, and then I give her an average cost, which is not, it's not in this, but it's here. It's on one of Stacy's things, I think, your investment total. These are just the old numbers. So I explain all the bundles. And what I do is I say, okay, so if you're going to start out with 4,200, we buy our product for, we're going to read this way. We buy our product for $1 and we sell it for $2. So that's 100% return on your investment. I don't know any other guaranteed 100% returns on your investment. If you do, you should tell me about them. Then I usually bracket wherever they said they were, and I say, then you get all this free stuff. This is super cool. It's like almost $1,100 worth of free stuff.
Wow.
How exciting is that? I know.
Okay.
So cool. So then I romance the packages. I say the first thing you get is this Color 101 look and your welcome gift. And so then I show that. I say you get this neutral look designed exclusively for you. From our global makeup artist. So that's exciting because I didn't know how to put on makeup. So, so that'll teach you. I say you get some extra trays and mirrors and roll up bags. And I used to have it here, but it's in that thing. This isn't correct anymore. And I'm telling them that because I'm still using this packet. I'm like, these are wrong, but the concept's the same. So I say you get 5 of these bonus bundles, and that's really cool because this is products that you would want to demo or use for yourself that the company's going to give you for free. I really like that because like 50% is good, but free is better. Because you're going to pull it from your shelf. And then you get this Biz Builder Bucks. Are they still doing Biz Builder Bucks? Sidebar? No? Okay, just kidding. That's not a thing. But you get all of this free stuff. So your total investment is here. Now the reason these numbers are bigger than these numbers is because we pay our taxes up front, you know, some shipping, things like that. I say the best part about this though is anytime in your whole first year, if you decide Mary Kay's not for you, you can take everything off your shelf and you can send it back. And Mary Kay's going to give you 90% of that money back. And usually they're like, whoa. And usually my bad joke is, I wish I had 90% buyback on my college education I'm not using. That would be great. And like everybody relates to that, right? So, so I say, now let's get you there. So I say the Mary Kay Chase Visa. I love this. You've got 0% interest. You're trying that out for 12 months, which you get to try Mary Kay for 12 months with a 90% buyback, but also it's not going to cost you any money because you're borrowing Chase's money for free. That money doesn't actually come out of your pocket. And then I'm going to show you how to use that to pay back your customer base. I say, and your minimum payment, and I write that down, minimum payment is about 1% of your balance. So Stacy, for your ideal level, that 4,200, and I go back to the total investment, I say that's about 50 bucks. And so my thought process, that's where I started too. My thought process was, you know, even if I do nothing, I can probably find 50 bucks to make my minimum payment if I do nothing in my Mary Kay business that month. But this is also great because you don't, like, let's say you go backpacking in Europe for a month, you don't have this huge living payment over your head, 50 bucks. And remember, the average woman buys $100 worth of stuff at her party, or at her appointment. So even if you facial one woman in a whole month, you've got your minimum payment because you make 50% on that. Yeah, which pretty much covers every level, by the way. I don't say that to them, but that's a little evidence there. And so I say, okay, so how are we going to pay that back? So this is assuming you have product on hand, Stacy, and you hold some parties and people give you money and you give them product, right? Well, an average party for a new consultant in our area who has product on hand is about $400 in sales. Yeah, 3 to 5 women sitting around a table, on average about 100. That's where I get that number from. You say, let's say you're holding just one a week, just one appointment a week. Do you think you could do that, Stacy? Just one appointment a week? Okay, cool. Yeah, I figure you're probably going to do more than that, but I like to show minimums. So times 4 is $1,600 in sales per month. That makes sense?
It does.
400 times 4. Okay, 1,600. So they gave them product and they gave you money. And now you have all this money. What do you do with it? So I write this down. I say, you've got 1,600 bucks cash. We'll make it simple. Then you're going to take half of that money and you're going to restock your shelves, right? Because you gave them product. You don't want to embezzle into your business, right? You need to reorder that product to restock your shelves. And the other half is your profit. Yay. Smile. I brought a smiley face there. I feel like that's important. Also, I do this and I didn't realize I did it. I write a $sign next to their profit and not to the restock. And it's a little subconscious thing, but this is cash. This is this business operation. Yeah. Okay, so then from your profit, you're going to take a percentage and you decide what that is. We're going to make it simple though. We're going to make it $100. How about that? Take a percentage and you're going to pay back the bank. And I write that. So 100 and 700, you're going to pay back the bank. And then this is your income. Yay. So usually when I've asked them, you guys, like for a training purpose, when I talk about the Power Start and I say an average woman buys about $100 worth of product at her appointment. So if you're facialing 30 women in your first month, your sales will be about $3,000. Okay. So we make half, so $1,500 in your pocket. And I do what Maria just did in her interview, and I say, let's say you had an extra $1,500 at, I don't know, the end of September. What would you do with it? And whatever that answer is, usually they say bills or debt, and I get past that. And whatever that extra is, so for Stacy shopping at Nordstrom's, I'm going to go, this is your income. So that is for your bills. That is, and Nordstrom's, because like, right on there. You need to go shopping at Nordstrom's, and I'm going to come with you. Okay. So, and usually by then they're like smiling and happy, right? And so I say, okay, now that I laid this out for you, does that make inventory like a little bit more tangible?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me.
Yes, awesome, awesome. So you guys, I don't think we need to come up with a million different ways to finance their inventory, because truthfully, if they cannot get approved on their own for the Mary Kay Chase visa, they're probably not going to get approved on their own for any other financing. So I just say, so the question I ask is I say, so how do you feel about this financing option, or are there different ways you want to do that? Okay. And, you know, they might say, well, oh yeah, I'll be approved. Oh, great. The application's right on Mary Kay InTouch. It's super easy. And then, you know, I tell them about how it'll approve you instantly. But it's going to show the number on the screen, which is super cool because there's a deadline on your free stuff. We don't want to be waiting on a bank to get our financing, because that would be sad if the bank made us miss out on that, you know, $1,100 of free stuff. So I say, write down that number. Otherwise, if you click past it, it goes away forever.
Exactly. Very important.
Yes, very important. So then I say, if for some reason it shows not approved or it's in review, I want you to call me, because I actually have the phone number for the people who review those applications. And they're like, oh, that's cool. So I say that in the orientation because I know I was really lack-minded about money before I started Mary Kay. And if I was not approved for something, that would have been like, well, I guess I can't be successful. I can't get inventory. Yeah. That's where my brain would have went. So I say that, I'm like, if for some reason it says it needs to be in review or you're not approved, I want you to call me, because I've got the number to the people who approved that. Perfect. Or we'll talk about your next step.
So Kaitlyn, we're just going to wrap it up.
Oh yeah, of course. The last little piece there is when they say, if for some reason they say I don't have good credit or I won't be approved, then I do actually brainstorm with them how to get a cosigner. So I say, who do you know in your life that could cosign for you? And I sit there with them and you know, and just kind of role play with them a little bit. I say, would you like some verbiage on how to talk to them? And I say, you know, the biggest things I find from cosigners is that they want to know how you're going to pay it back. And you have this pretty little diagram to show them now. And they want to know, what if it doesn't work? Which makes sense. That's a normal thought. And so you've got the 90% buyback. So you're really just asking them for a leg up with protection. But you're it's going to impact your credit and help build that too, so we can get you to a better financial place.
Perfect. Yay! Okay. Thank you. I think that talking that through with the cosigner is very important, but also making sure they understand the information about the credit card too. So, all right, Kaitlyn, thank you for your time. This has been so great. And you guys, thanks for all being on. And I'm going to make sure that I've got this recording in the right place here. So, email notification, the cloud is ready. Yes.